Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Inner Healer. I go by Zakara, and today we're going to be talking about conversations you should have before marriage. Before you decide that this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, I want this to be my life partner, I want to do life with this person. You have to know these things before you getting into that situation so that you know how to handle it. You know if you want to move forward with it or if you want to just say, you know what, this isn't going to work out. This is not the way that I want my life to go. These aren't in any particular order. You put them in order how they work out for you, how important they are for you. But these are just top three things. It could be more, but these are things, in my opinion, that matter the most. So, number one is health, mental and physical health. How are you mentally? You want to know what ticks this person off. Do they have any mental illnesses? Does their family have a history of mental illnesses? Because sometimes in families it could skip one person and go on to their children. So you want to know these things so that you can know how to plan for this if this is something that you want to move forward with. You also want to know how they handle themselves when they're angry. These are very important things. Some people are marrying strangers. The person turns into an angry person, and then when they got married, they learned that in an argument, this person might get physical. This person might try to put their hands on them. You want to know how to handle this person when they're angry. And then you want to know physical health. Is this person in shape? If you're in shape, does this person work out? If you work out, these are things that if this coincides with your life, you want to know. And then you want to know how their health status. You deserve the right to know about their physical health before you enter into a relationship. I'm not sure if every state does this, but before my husband and I got married, we had to go take STD tests. And then also, this doesn't necessarily mean that something is mentally wrong, but something is going on in their head. When someone sits and they're spaced out or they're just quiet and they're observing everything. Maybe they just the kind of person that just peep the scene and want to act accordingly to the scene. But then there's some people who sit and they're spaced out because they're thinking about things. Things are going through their mind. I was watching this one show. It wasn't Snap. It was some other show. It was about the man. I think Snap is only about the women, but it was about the man and being the aggressor. This man took his entire family out. And then he went on to live his life. He moved to a different state. He met another woman who had children and then they had a baby. He took all those children out. Now this is the second family. The wife is still alive today, but she said that she noticed that sometimes he would just sit and he would be spaced out. He would be in a daze. Like he would wake up in cold sweats at night and she would ask him what's the matter. And he would just always say something like, oh, from his childhood or something like that. He just was maybe thinking about the other family, the entire family. It was a white, I don't know if it was his wife or just his girlfriend, but it was an entire family. And I don't even know how he got off, but he was able to leave the state and start a new life. I'm not sure how that situation worked out because those kind of shows, they kind of scare me, so I don't really like to look at them. But they're very, very helpful when I get in the mood to like want to look at them. It's not often, but sometimes I do. But these are things that you need to know. Physical and mental health. How are they? Number two, finances. Is this person financially literate? Are they financially responsible? You have to know these things. People get divorced all the time behind money issues. So these are things that you should know. Maybe a suggestion is run a family like a business. You have meetings every week, every month, something along the lines of that, so that you guys can sit down and you discuss what's going on with the business. The business meaning the family, the household, the marriage, what's going on in the house, so that you guys are on the same page about what's going on in the house, what needs to be paid. If you're a wife, if you're going to stay home, if you're going to work, if he's able to take care of you in the event that you decide that you want to stay home, or you guys come to an agreement together that you're going to be the one to stay home. You need to know these things before you step into that business contract, because getting married is a business. No matter how you slice, dice, it's a business at the end of the day. So it would be more beneficial to run it as a business. Of course, you love your spouse, but at least I hope you do, for the loving part of the relationship. But the marriage, that's an actual business. This has to be ran like this, and we get together like this. So knowing what their finances are like, knowing if this person is financially literate, knowing if this person is financially stable, because marriage brings that stability. Marriage should bring that stability into your life. Like, okay, there's a balance out now. Number 3, children. Do they want to have children? Do they already have children? Were they previously married? And how does that fit into the life that you guys are going to build together? Some people you have to ask, are they currently married? Because that's another story. Some people will be already married and just trying to come into a situation with you. In Islam, a man can have more than one wife, and there is nothing that says that he has to tell his wife that he's getting married to a second wife. Now, respect, that's where respect comes in. That's where that conversation should have already been had. I mean, I'm talking on a personal level. Like, I fool with you. So, give me that courtesy, in that aspect. Children, wives, husbands, like children, marriage. Do you want to have children? Do you already have children? In the event that you don't want to have children, what steps are you taking to prevent having children? These are just conversations that should be had. And then as an extra, lifestyle. Lifestyle fits into children, it fits into finances, it fits into health. So their actual lifestyle, how do they live their life? Something that is tedious to some people is something that is a big deal to me. How will y'all travel? I felt for a long time I was holding my family back because I was afraid to fly. So we started to fly, and it was amazing. But for a long time, I didn't want to fly. So I felt like they weren't able to go to different time zones because it was more so like, these are places that take a long time to get there. We have to drive to go there, and it will take about a day or so to drive there, but it'll take maybe 5 hours to go by plane. So it was, for a long time, I felt like I was holding them back. And then one day I just got over it. And then also, when it's time to go out of the country, you can't drive out of the country. Well, to Mexico you can. But I'm saying, like, you can't drive to anywhere outside of the U.S. if you wanted to go. If you wanted to go on a vacation. If you wanted to just surprise them with a trip. If they don't fly, then how y'all gonna get there? There's a lot of restrictions if you like to fly and they don't. So it's just something to think about. Lifestyle. How people live their lives. That's where communication comes in. In order to know a person, you have to communicate with them. You have to be in conversation. Not one person talking more than the other. Because one person is getting all this information on the other person, while you don't know anything about them because you're talking and talking. They don't have a chance to talk. So be in conversation where you're speaking and you're listening. And these are the ways that you're going to know if this is a person that you want to marry or not. Now, that video was a video on things you should discuss before marriage. If you like what you heard in this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Peace.